Hello, everybody. My name is Courtney. I'm coming to you today with a K-pop review of the most recent releases we had in July. So I'm just going to get started. The first release I'm going to talk about is going to be BTS's Lights. Their Japanese release was released at the beginning of July. I honestly don't have too much to say about this release. I liked it. It's cute. The MV is cute. But yeah, I mean, their Japanese releases are always just kind of like soft, vocal line driven, a lot of Maknae line shots in the MV, that kind of stuff. So honestly, I don't have a lot to say. I liked it. I would give it like a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And then I would say my favorite scenes are Yoongi's verse when they're in that like parking lot looking thing with the lights and the stars. That's really pretty. I really like that scene. There's a lot of scenes I like in this MV, but the song itself is just, it feels very long. It's like 5 minutes long. But yeah, it's cute. That's pretty much all I have to say. My next song I'm going to go over is going to be G Friend's So Fever. So this was kind of interesting. This was a different sound for G Friend. They're kind of doing normally the anime opening track sounds is always what I kind of associate with them. But this was different. This was Tropical House. So Tropical House obviously is not a revolutionary genre for like a summer K-pop song, but it is different for G-Friend. I did like what they did. And I like that they're kind of branching out with their sound, especially now that they're done with the trilogy they were working on before with like Time for the Moon Night and Sunrise and everything. I did also like the music video. I liked the mid-century like Southern California, Palm Springs, like aesthetic they had going on. It was really nice and interesting. Sinbi really stood out to me, and Unaha. I love them. Like I want to marry them. So they of course stood out. Overall, my favorite scenes are that ending shot when they're standing under that like LED like rhombus or whatever. And then the scene with Umji, Yaren, and Sinbi when they're sitting in that room with all the plants. That's like a really nice scene to look at too, aesthetically. I would say my ranking for this is 3 out of 5 stars because I liked it, but it wasn't like my favorite release from them, and it's not my favorite release from July. So 3 out of 5 is a pretty good ranking for them. And then next, my favorite release of July. So it's High's We Don't Talk Together. Just oh my god. Yoongi, High's, A Match Made in Heaven. This song was literally sounds like it was made for her. Like I know it wasn't. I know he made it like before, and then Big Hit was kind of like shopping it around, and she was interested. So I don't know. It just sounds like it was literally made for her. It's his production style and then her vocal like color really go well together. So it was a match made in heaven. Also, Geary Boy, is that how you pronounce his name? I really don't know who he is. Like, I've never heard of him before. But he sounded really good. Like, I really liked his, like, the way his voice sounded. And, like, his verse itself was just really good. I thought it fit the song really well because rap breaks can kind of be useless, like, in a lot of songs, to be honest. But his sounded really good. And I thought it was really, like, a needed kind of break. So I really enjoyed it. But, yeah, it's probably my favorite Highs track since U Cloud's Rain, which was one she released in like 2017. Because I didn't like what was her last title track? I'm Fine or She's Fine or something like that. Yeah, that song was not for me. I didn't like the repetition of the like She's Fine lyric. It like kind of drove me insane. But I tend to like High's songs other than that. But yeah, I love this one. I love this release. My favorite scenes, so the entire music video was like super aesthetic and I loved it. My favorite scene was that first one where she was like standing in the cemetery and it was like kind of foggy and she's got the shovel. I thought that looked amazing. I just love the way that looked. And I totally gave this a 5 out of 5. This is like my favorite release of the whole month. Okay, and then our next release, another favorite of mine this month. So Sorry, So I'm Not Alone. So Sorry, I'm not super familiar with her. The only other song I'd heard before was Touch, and this was like a huge departure from Touch, just FYI. And then I know a little bit about her like drama with like the Coco Sorry thing, but I'm not super like caught up on that. But yeah, this was great. I loved it. I heard it was made with like the Make Star, like she had to do like a Make Star campaign for it, which is like Kickstarter but for idols. But it was great. Like it was so good. It looks high quality, it looks expensive. Like she's not where like her outfits aren't crazy, the set's not crazy, but like the actual filmmaking that went into it was really nice. There's a lot of really nice scenes, a lot of really good transitions. Like the part when she comes out of the fog, that looks really nice. And yeah, I mean, she gave us pretty much everything you could ask for. She gave us aesthetics, choreography, vocals. Like, what more can you ask for? I love it. So my favorite scenes for this one, again, like the whole music video is amazing. I love it. But when the lights change from white and to the red, that's really nice. I really like the transition, especially with like the LED lights going from horizontal to vertical. That looks really cool. And then the scene where it like the camera like is above, it's like an aerial shot, and it's her and then another dancer, and like they're wearing black and white and they're kind of circling each other. That looks really cool. It reminds me of the scene in Avatar: The Last Airbender where the fish are like circling each other in the pond, like in book 1 in water. So yeah, it reminds me of that. But I also like the scene, it's another aerial shot where it's her with the dancers around her. It just looks really nice. Like it's really cool. But yeah, overall I really liked her release. I really like this music video. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 because it's not like my top, because Highs was my top, but like this was right up underneath it. And then, okay, my next release I want to talk about today is Nature's. So Nature released I'm So Pretty, and like honestly I'm not familiar with Nature at all. I think I've maybe heard their song, one of their other songs, like once before. But this song's cute. It's like a cute bop. Like it's a summer song and it's great. Like I could totally see myself like driving in my car with the windows rolled down, listening to this, like bopping along. It's really cute. It reminds me of something, but I can't think of what it is. Like I can't pick it out, but it definitely reminds me of another song. But yeah, I really like this. I don't really have too much to say about it. It's just cute. I honestly, I think I'm gonna buy the album, like TBH, and maybe start looking out for the releases, just because this was super cute. Like the only thing I didn't like was that scene towards the end where they have those like CGI like cat tails. That's kind of a weird scene to me, but like whatever. I still really like it. My favorite scene overall is all the ones where they're in those like separate 8 pink boxes and they have different scenes kind of within them. I think that's really cool. I like that a lot. But yeah, pretty much all the scenes were cute. Oh, and the one where the girl was pretending to be like a YouTube like makeup artist, that was cute too. I kind of like the aesthetic they used for that. And then overall, I would give this release a 3.5 out of 5. So I definitely liked it. It wasn't like groundbreaking or anything, so I'm not going to give it like a 4 or 5. But yeah, it was really cute. I liked it. A 3.5 I think is definitely fair. And then next release, GWSN Red Sun. So GWSN came to save the summer songs for everyone. They looked at what everyone else was doing and they were like, we need some help. So they decided to save us all. It's so good. Like, I really like their like dedication to sticking with this like deep house style. Like they said they started doing this and like, you guys are going to like this whether you want to or not. It's great. The part where the girl says like 1, 2, 3 is like stuck in my head. Like I'm always thinking about that. Like it always just comes through my head. Like when I'm just like standing around or walking, it just goes like 1, 2, 3, or however she says it. Like, oh my God, it's stuck in my head all the time. What else? Oh, and then the little like drop they have for the chorus. It sounds so like late 2000s EDM, like something you would hear at like an EDM festival in like Miami or something, but I love it. The song's great. Like whatever. I'm totally down with it. And then finally, they're definitely the like queens of like hand choreography. Like no one else is doing as much complicated like hand and arm choreography as GWSN right now. Like it's amazing just watching them. It's really satisfying to watch because they're always doing like interesting movements and interesting formations. So I love it. My favorite scene was the one where that tree grew out of the book. Like it was towards the very beginning. It was like maybe the second or third scene, but that one was really cool. Overall, I kind of liked the overall aesthetic they had. It was kind of like boho witches almost, but it was really nice. It was a nice kind of departure from their like MC Escher aesthetic from the last one. And then finally, I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars because I really liked it. Second to last release I want to talk about is Kong Daniel. So what are you up to? So full disclosure, I did not follow 101. I think I've only literally ever heard Energetic and Boomerang from them. So like I don't know them. He was the only member I could have named in 101, like before they all started breaking up into their own individual groups. Like I just didn't follow them. I don't really follow produced groups at all. I don't really like the concept of temporary groups because I get like really invested in groups, and like knowing they're temporary, that just sounds heartbreaking. So I just like kind of didn't want to. Plus their music was always just kind of like okay to me. Like it was never something I was super interested in. But yeah, but anyway, I didn't know him, and I didn't really know that much about him. I started hearing more when he started having that whole dispute with his label, so LM. So after that and all the drama that was going on with that, I was like, oh, like I need to support him. Like he needs, you know, everyone to be behind him because the stuff that his company was doing was so messed up. And then so I decided to check it out, and I loved it. Like it's a very like low key like bop. It's kind of like stuff IU has been releasing recently, like Bibi, where it's just kind of like, it's not too high energy or anything. It's just like good. It sounds good. It really works with his voice. Like I honestly probably could not have told you what his voice sounded like before this release, just because like I said, I didn't follow them. But yeah, it sounds really good and it works with him. I hope he kind of keeps up this style because I think it's like pretty unique and interesting. Like no one else is really doing stuff like this right now for a male soloist. So I like it. And then the music video was nice. Like it's crazy to me that is like a one-man company. Like he pretty much had to do everything. Like I mean obviously he hired people, but like he had to hire people to get to this level. Like it's kind of crazy to me that he just kind of did all that, and he did it pretty quickly. Like he separated with his company only a few months ago, I think, and to be able to get like a whole like mini album out in that amount of time is pretty crazy to me. But whatever, it looks really good. I don't really have a favorite scene because I kind of just liked all of the scenes together, but I would say maybe my favorite scene is the one where he's on the crumpled like pile of paper, and then the little scene where he is like FaceTiming or whatever, like where he's inside the like phone. That's really cute. But yeah, overall I would give this maybe like a 4 out of 5 stars. I think maybe a 3.5 or a 4 or something around there. I liked it. Definitely liked it. I'm definitely gonna check it out the rest of his album and the rest of his releases too, just because I didn't know anything about him and now I kind of like it. But okay, moving on. My final release I'm going to talk about is ITZY. So they released Icy like a few days ago, and it's a bop. Like I don't understand, like so many people like on Twitter and whatever were like trashing it. They were saying it sounded like Zimzalabim and whatever, like a messy, chaotic, like just noise factory. And I don't hear that at all. Like this sounds way better than Zimzalabim. Like if I didn't say anything, but like Zimzalabim was not it for me. Like I like Red Velvet, but that was just not a song I enjoyed. So this sounded way better to me. I really don't understand the comparison at all. Like it sounds way more coherent to me too than Dala Dala. Like Dala Dala had that random break in the middle where they were all in the cars and like chanting. Like this doesn't have that. It's a lot more like it makes sense, everything that's happening. So I thought it sounded great. And then Yuna, oh my god, Yuna has like stood out to me so much this comeback. Like we stan a talented 9th grader right there, guys. But yeah, like before in Dala Dala it was Yeji that stood out to me, and she's probably still my favorite, but Yuna has like come for next this time. Like it's not a joke. She is like really out here. Like her expressions and just her energy is really good this comeback. Plus she has a lot of center time, so she's getting a lot of chance to shine. I felt like in Dala Dala she was kind of always on the edges. Like she was never really in the center other than maybe like 1 or 2 parts in the choreo, but in this one she's in the center a lot. So yeah, she looks amazing. I love that like back break move they do in like, what is that, the second verse or something. That choreo looks really cool. ITZY just has really talented dancers, so I always like being able to see their choreo. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of see where they're going. I might like stan them. Like they just are really cool. Like I don't know, I just really like them for some reason. And then my favorite scenes, so overall I just really like the comic book aesthetic they had going on. I really like Leah's scene where she's in the red dress with the shoes in the cab, where she has like her shoe up on the back of the car, or the seat in front of her, I mean. I don't know why I really like that scene. And then I like the scene where she's in the diner and everyone's kind of like staring at her and her phone's ringing. That's really cool. And then the part where Ryujin throws up the papers and then they're kind of floating and then they're kind of dancing in the background. I think that scene's really nice. JYP really like spent some money on this comeback, because the overall, just the whole like comic book and like pop-up word aesthetic is just really cool. Overall, I would give this a 4 out of 5 stars. I liked it a lot. I'm excited for their next releases. I'm excited to listen to the rest of this mini album. But yeah, I'm excited to see them. Oh, I'm going to KCON LA, by the way, and I'm excited to see them at KCON LA. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they do in real life. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today. I will be releasing some more hauls and unboxings here in a little bit. I have quite a few things still in the mail. I keep buying photo cards, even though I keep telling myself to not spend money, but here we are trying to complete BTS's photo card collection, and it's it's going. So I have some more stuff coming, so I'll see you guys in one of those videos, and let me know down below if you guys have any other suggestions for videos I should make.